Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Gears 12 here, and I have a weird topic to talk about because, clear my throat, there's a lot of things that go through my head and it's just like random thoughts, but I thought this was a unique topic just to throw out there for everybody just to give a little input. So, you can read the title above. Thoughts on, dun dun dun, A Master of Puppets 2. Now, there is two key points that I want to get to, and they're both different key points, so I guess you can choose either option 1 or option 2, key point 1, key point 2, or whatever. Or you can come up with a third option, but just stay in the realm of what I'm talking about, not go off into something else. Here's option number 1 of what my thoughts about a Master of Puppets 2 from Metallica. So, the option 1 is that Master of Puppets is a double album. Okay? Let's just say like that. So, when it's released, it's a double album. It's not like the whole load and reload thing where an album is released one year, then the other songs are released a year later. Not like that. The option is Master of Puppets is a double album. So basically, we still have the first disc is still Master of Puppets. But there's a second disc, or back then cassette tape or whatever, but double. So, basically, the question is, what would be provided on the second disc if there was a second part to a Master of Puppets instead of just the one disc with 8 tracks? Well, I personally believe that it would still have the same formula as the first disc, but I don't know. Maybe we would have gotten another instrumental. Maybe we would have gotten another ballad. I assume that both albums would have the same elements as each other, so it was matching because it's the same time period as writing Master of Puppets, so I assume these second disc of tracks would be the same, would sound the same, have the same type of formula, same type of format, and basically what this would have meant is that we would have more music involving Cliff Burton from Metallica. So we would have gotten more Cliff Burton, maybe another Cliff Burton solo and another instrumental on the second disc, or we'll have something else like another memorable ballad. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. So maybe. But I mean, that's just a random thought because can you imagine? Because everybody considered Master of Puppets to be Metallica's best album, or it's argued to be the best album in a way. So can you imagine that much intensity, that much power, and that much love for that album? Except it's 2 albums, so we would have double the amount of music, and I think it could either got praised more or taken down depending on what the second track offers. So that's a unique concept. So that's concept 1. Basically, another album, just like Master Puppets, with basically the same style of formats and basically just more music from Metallica. Hence, maybe another instrumental, another ballad, and, some more heaviness from Metallica. Okay, so second option, or point 2 or whatever, option number 2. It's what I brought up during the first option, which is where they basically released Master of Puppets on 1986, and then 1987 they released the second part of the songs. Basically just, it's called something else, but it's basically written in the same time frame as Master of Puppets. So we would have gotten 3 albums. That means we would have gotten Master of Puppets, we would have got a second album in 1987, and then in 1988, with Jason Newsted on bass, we would have gotten Justice for All. So in a 3-year span, we're getting an album each year. So would that have been suitable? Would that have been a good thing? Just because Load and Reload, they all wrote all those songs that are Load and Reload are written in the same time frame. Just Reload was released a year later. So imagine that style. Basically, they wrote all these songs back in 1985, and then they basically recorded them in 1986, put out Master Puppets, and then went back into the studio and finished up the rest of the tracks and released a new record in 1987, which is a Master Puppets 2. Or something else like that. So there's the second option. So that's basically really what this video is. Just asking you guys your thoughts on what a Master of Puppets 2. What would have happened if there was a double album or another album that was released a year later after a Master of Puppets? Basically, the songs that were left off of Master of Puppets basically just released a year later, just like Reload was to Load. So comment down below and let me know which option you pick. Or you can make a third option, which you can go, the second album or the second disc is just going to be nothing but Cliff Burton bass solos. I would love to see that. Or they can say, nope, the second album of Master of Puppets, the double album, the second album is nothing but James Hetfield going, yeah! And in the mic. I'd like to hear that too. That was stupid. But yeah, so just comment down below, let me know what you personally think, because I'm interested to know what Metallica fans think of this idea of a Master of Puppets double album, like 2 disc, number 2, on top of the first one, or a year later, or not at all. Maybe that's your opinion. There shouldn't be a second album. There shouldn't be a second disc with Master of Puppets. That could be your option. That's the third option. Third option is whatever you want to say. But like I said, second disc, yeah, James Hetfield. Or Cliff Burton bass solo. Just going crazy. That wasn't bass. I don't know what that was. But it is what it is. So comment down below. Let me know. Yeah, I'm getting weird. Peace.